All right. Well, we should be live. So we are going back to game dev. Shit. It's been months. Sorry, I got a message right when we started. Fine. Okay. So yeah, we've been away for a few months. We need to get back into the swing of things here. So last time we left off, we are on the ranch functions here for raising our dinosaurs. And create depth of training. So we've got the very, very basic form of training done. If function HP plus equals 1, M training is 0. Instant destroy self. So let's just keep going in this direction, I think. I think the biggest thing is just to kind of do some stuff so we get back into this rather than worry so much about like, what the optimal thing to do is. So this code is functional like barely, essentially. This destroys itself. We need to destroy all forms on itself. How do we do that? Let's think about this. These are created. If function is train, this is set to 1. Probably maybe a while. Don't typically do game maker while loops. I mean, there's a few. Let's find a good example. While expression. Okay. So I think we can just do this should work. 1 should be true. This should just be doable. Does this just okay, that doesn't actually do anything, so that doesn't work. It is struggling here. I think we're infinite looping. Uh-oh. Okay, it stopped. Just took a moment for it to figure itself out. So this while loop doesn't work. I'm not terribly surprised by that. But it was a good first check. Well, it would be easiest just to make these all get destroyed. How do I find these? I gotta remember now. I mean, these are all the same type of object. If I just destroyed every iteration of this object, that would work. Does that just function? Maybe. Hey Zach, hey Jurassic West. We are doing game dev stuff. We're tinkering with a dinosaur game, making one from scratch here in Game Maker. Um, hmm. Let's see. Instance, object, or asset. If I do, you know what? Experiment time. Does this just work? That actually just works. Okay, cool. Um, 108. 106. Okay, cool. That functions. You're playing JWE2. That is understandable. Okay. So this functions here. I don't think I'm going to set this up for every attribute until we have it fully functional. Because this has to have some other circumstances that happen here. So we want to advance the day. Hold on. Let me look at my UI again. 1 January 2100. So let's see. These are presumably hard coded. Yes. Let's change that. Go to ranch, start battle. So that's the tournament lobby. Where are we? Yeah, we're going back to this again. I've been intending to go back and I keep putting it off and putting it off. So now is the time to do it. Where do I... Where should I start this? Hey, fun time, Fred boy. How's it going? It's been a little bit. I've been traveling. We're just getting back to normal things this week. So drink time, huh? There you go. There's a drink. Why did you copy paste my broadcast message? Weird choice. You're a bot? Well, that makes sense. Hey, Astra Mortis, how's it going? We're making a video game. I have pre-ordered GWE3. I did that immediately, like the moment it came out. Thank you for the follow, Johnny Tiger. Appreciate it. So I should probably initialize these variables on the very first screen, which I don't think we do like anything on. Title stuff is probably that. Draw text, yeah, that's it. Okay, but we are creating variables here. Good, good, good. Great, 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 great. Yeah, streams have been kicking off for quite a while. All right, so we want to, at least for now, just copy this stuff over here. We should think about a good way. Okay, let's look up game maker date rules. Like if there's any built-in stuff for handling dates that's useful to us. We can get real times. That's not really what I'm interested in. We're probably better off just making up our own variable that we decode into a month, time, year. When is the 100K YouTube trophy? Like 10,000 years from now? That's where it is. Let's do... Maybe we just do like this. We do year, month, day, like that. Then we can increment this by 1 for the day. This is still not optimal. We'll do it like that. We'll just do day and year separately. Sure, fuck it. Yeah, just keep these as integers. Then we'll convert them in the UI. This is not like their final form anyway. Yeah, Ichthyosaurus has been confirmed. That was like 2 weeks ago or something, right? Okay. No, there's a better way we do this. Better way to do this. We initialize date time at 0, right? And then we have the starting time, and then this is just days. And we bulk convert days into month, day, year based off that information. So we'll do date time 0. This is not too important here because this is just a hard-coded age. for the demo. What is our clock going to be like? Maybe we do like 30 days a month and just call it that, because then we don't have to handle extra days. Hold on, I have an idea. We could use a different timekeeping method for the game specifically. Do I want to use sidereal time? It's been a while since I thought about my time methods. Probably not. uh, I was always gonna do GW3, like even if it was dog shit, I'd cover it because it was dog shit. So I just went ahead and pre-ordered it. That was not much of a consideration. Which news yesterday? Oh, you mean the news? Capital T, capital N, right? Yes, I did hear the news. I was thinking uh, GWE news, not news. Baby Dimetrodon's pretty good looking. What do you call lunar, like moon based timekeeping? What the hell do you call that? Isn't there a specific name for that method of time tracking? Is it just a lunar calendar? Okay. "29 and a half days. So if we adopted conceptually a time tracker that was based on the moon, we could just pick 29 or 30. Hmm. This seems too obtuse to be worth it. I mean, technically, we don't have it confirmed that the frontier skins are gone, but yeah, probably they are likely gone. There's always the possibility they could come back, but I mean, it's probably not likely. I'm definitely sad to see some of them go too. Iguanodon and Allosaurus are a couple of my favorites, but whatever. Definitely the bigger problem is the fact that we're losing so many animals altogether. But hey, people wanted babies. This is the price we got to pay, right? Um, I think we're just gonna do 28-day months. I think that's probably just kind of the best way to do it. How do we make comments in this again? We just do double slashes, right? I guess the question is, I'm thinking for even weeks, right? Because then it's just 4 weeks. Unless I don't care about weeks. We could just not concern ourselves with that. So it's a matter of basically how we want the time and game to progress. If it's like day by day, week by week, our weekend special. Because some of the games I'm taking inspiration from, it's like week by week. And sometimes they split up into like days of the week and weekends for different effects. Um, this is probably me overthinking it because it doesn't matter that much yet. I mean, they might charge for dinosaurs from JW2 and 3. It's possible. If anything, I would expect it would be maybe like one per pack or something. It's possible, but what if we just do it where tournament days are like just like the end of the month or something? We could do it that way. Overthinking this definitely. These are always the weird little things that I get hung up on, as if it's not easily changed later. We'll just start his age at 400. That's fine. 390. That's an even. We could also do away with the concept of months altogether and just do weeks. That could be okay. Hmm. I don't think we've had Albertosaurus confirmed. It's just Evo saw a statue or something in non-public gameplay footage. I think that's where the Albertosaurus speculation comes from. So that is very much not confirmed. All right, so I'm just gonna leave this here. This is we'll just stick with this for now. So age, stress. Um, let's just implement values here and not worry too much about the actual meaning of these. Evo's pretty good. I don't really like watch that much from any of the GW YouTubers. If I did pick a favorite, it would probably be Evo, but okay, so we do let's now modularize this. Oh, I need to change these. Hold on. Let me double check syntax. I mean, it's fine. Where did I put these now? I forgot. This stream's going to be super slow because I'm only just restarting all this. So. Why is this not a global? Oh, because it's, yeah, being embedded. Never mind, it is global. Okay, yes. I see what I'm doing. What is my opinion on wizards? Can you elaborate? Like, wizards in D&D? The concept of a wizard? What do you mean? Yeah. See you later, fun time, Fred Boy. Thanks for stopping by. This is all this stream is going to be, so I don't expect anybody to stick around if they're not terribly interested in shooting the shit or game devs. So, well, I mean, I never expect anybody to stick around. Of course. So this should be do we need to convert this to a string? Let's test it. Easier to just check it. Typical fantasy stuff. I mean, okay, that does crash. Draw event, execution error. Presumably can't add integer to a thing, to a string. So game maker convert int to string. I tend to be more melee orientated in fantasy stuff, I guess. More of like a rogue, typically. I tend not to be super interested in magic, especially not magic that has like conceptually for like narratives, fictional narratives. I find magic underwhelming because it tends to not follow any obvious rules, right? Okay, convert to string is just string. Like, we could have probably guessed this. So this should work. Yeah, okay. This has to be converted. This has to be converted. Stress. Let me unbury chat. If I could describe you in one word, what would it be? That word would be cryo. Let's just do this way. Okay, so this is days since start of game. You talking about the show Avatar? I've never watched it. I don't know hardly anything about it beyond its existence. It's a little after my time. Okay, let's just do... Months are useful. Yeah, okay. Let's do that. So this is month. So this is time A. We need to round this. So presumably we can just do... Okay, does making an integer in Game Maker inherently round down? It should, logically. This might actually be the full word integer or something. Get integer. Nope. Okay. Floor. So we take date time. This is some amount of days till the game started. What is my least favorite herbivorous dinosaur? What a strange question to ask somebody. It's probably one I've never heard of, by definition. None of them have personally offended me, so. So we take the floor of date time divided by 30. This is months since start. We then take that value, convert it back to days, subtract that off of date time, that is remaining days in the month. We need the year. Which will default to 2100. We want the floor again of time A divided by 12. Emus are kind of sick, though. I fed some emus. What did the emus do to you? They're just big ornithomimosaurs almost. That's why I like them. So year, month, and day is all that matters. Oops. Did a Python comment? That we need to convert this to the specific month as well. So we take time A, we divide that by 12. Well, no, we already know what year. This is just doing the same thing. Wait. No, this is relevant. Yeah, because we want... Well, we can just do this. $12 times the amount of years that have passed, time A minus that quantity. An emu pecked you? Well, you probably deserved it. um, so if this is, say, 2 years, right, then that would be 24 months. Time A is 24 plus whatever the remaining months is. Yeah, so this is just months since the start of the year. uh, so one value of 1 would actually be February in this case. You were 10. Eh. Why are you playing with emus at 10? So this is string. Oops. Let's keep this format. We got a petting zoo. We got ill-disciplined petting zoo emus. That's just like bad business for the petting zoo. Well, you know what? If you hate emus, Australia will take you for, the eventual second emu war that is bound to happen eventually, right? Um let's see if there's any syntax errors. Yep, just straight up didn't even work. Line 15. We are missing a closing parenthesis. 0 January 2100. Yes. Okay. We initialize day at 0, right? We should probably just initialize it at 1. That's easier. Start of day 1. Let's make a note. So now in theory, if we click this, no, I haven't progressed this. This doesn't do anything. Just kidding. We need to go to training button code. Oops. Plus equals 1. January 2, 3. We are going to click this all the way up to the... Well, it's going to crash because I don't have the month configured. Never mind. What are my opinions on coelacanths? I mean, they're a pretty good fish as far as fish go. Okay, let's set this up in a way to like skip a bunch of time. Let's just set this to like 15 days per training session just for bug checking. And then let's make a comment. And then let's get the rest of the date conversion working. I've already forgotten ranch layout. Should have standardized some of my naming, but whatever. It's fine. Make it more complicated for myself. It doesn't matter. Korea. I don't know. This is a Middle Triassic coelacanth. No, I've never heard of this. He's got a vibe, huh? What a weird fish. Yeah, I saw the picture on Wikipedia. Probably a better way to convert this, but we're just going to do this shit. Because I'm not going to take the time to look up a technically better way to do it when this is perfectly functional. I'm going to truncate these. We could do some shit where we like rename the month. Maybe we do fucking dino month names. Wait, why is this one? Oh, because this is where I... Wait. Okay, so anybody else bothered by September being 4 digits instead of 3? We'll call it SEP. All right, 0 to 11. Should work, right? This should wrap around. Okay, 16th January, 1 February. Let's get to the year turnover. March, April. I did not know that there were flying fish in the Triassic, but I also did not know when flying fish arose. So it is not shocking to me to hear they were in the Triassic. All right. Is the year going to tick over correctly? 1 January 2101. Sick. It just works. It's that easy. Okay. Let's turn this back to a single day. Okay. And this should be fine. Global dot. We need the other stat variables. I don't remember where these live. Presumably these are... Yeah. Global.pc. Might be a conversion evolution. Well, a whole different style of flying fish, eh? Oops. I also need these little things here. Okay, these are the full word. Let's just remember that. Oops. Accuracy and evasion, yes. Copy these to the right mouse button, not just the left. We should be able to boost everything now. January 2, 3, 4. Okay. So that is a sufficient placeholder training thing, I think. Eventually, this will be more elaborate. There'll be different types of training, not simply pick an attribute, but like pick a training regime or method. But for the purpose of this demo, probably not going to make it more advanced than this. We could make it dice roll based. I think we will make it dice roll based, but I don't think I'll do that now. Let's make a note. We need stat growth rates. And then we need to randomize this based on those. Much later at advanced training. Oh yeah, also I do have a to-do list in here. I already forgot about that. All right, phase 2, implement the ranch. Training, specifically progression of time, randomized stat gain, stat growth values. Okay, I already literally had these in the to-do list. Weekly schedule, feeding, discipline, stress, lifespan, etc. Yep. Crop growing, I think, is just going to be a later. What about if we had Different metabolisms. That could be an interesting mechanic. If we're not like in Monster Rancher, it's like strictly like feed at the beginning of the month, which is weird. Because like, are you really gonna feed your guy like one potato a month, and that's it? Making it a metabolism thing could be interesting. It could even tie into like how hard they train or like tournament fights and stuff like that. This could be interesting, actually. I like this. Monster Rancher is a little abstract in a lot of ways. Like you feed once a month and then you train once a week, and like the whole week is just kind of a single time step in that game. Until some of the later ones where they like divide out the weeks and the weekends into separate things, where you do weekly training, but then tournaments are weekends instead of interrupting your training schedule. It's all a little abstract, which is part of why I want to update some of the you know base concepts. Don't want to just take the game and specifically make it dinosaurs. I want to take the game, make it dinosaurs, and make it a little bit more elaborate and better. If I can be so bold, I guess. Okay, done that. Maybe we should just go in order here. We could these aren't too hard to implement because these don't need to be finalized necessarily. Let's just do it. So I guess the easiest way to implement this would just be to add like a HP rate variable and then assign this a value. Same with like the other stats. So maybe we go like rates 1 through 5 or something. 1 being bad, 5 being good. Let's see. So the Carno has been kind of built to be a bruiser. So we do like damage rate 5, HP rate 4, accuracy. I don't just want to go in the order of the stats either. Let's do like 2 accuracy, 2 defense, 2 evasion, 2, 2, 2, 4, 5. Maybe. Let's do it like this. 3, 5, 3, 2, 3. Okay, then how do we want to... Let's build a function. Well, just stat growth. So this should just essentially take the rate. We should probably feed this some other info, but for now, I think we just base it off rate. Eventually, we'll factor in age, stuff like that. But this is good, because this means that we definitely want this as a function so that we can come back here at any time. I just edit this in one place rather than every place it's used, because it will be used for each attribute. In fact, I should have probably bundled a bunch of that other repeated code under a function, but it's fine. It's not much. So let's how do I do random numbers in this again? These are done under presumably the attack button somewhere. Limit on attacks cost. Resolve attack. This is probably actually under the script then. Just further down. Yes. Resolve attack. Random range. That's what we're looking for. 0 to 100. Int 64 is how you convert to an integer. So this, I believe, is a... Let's look. I'm gonna look this up. Let's read the documentation on random range again. Been months. Returns a random floating point decimal number between the specified lower limit inclusive and the specified upper limit inclusive. Wait. Oh, but then I floor it, or I turn it into integer, which means, yeah, that... Wait, that should have both 0 and 1. Hmm. Hmm. Well. Oops. So we take a random range between 0 and rate. We just return this. Let's do a bug check. Show debug message. I want to simulate a bunch of these. What did I just hit there? Should work. Oh, I didn't implement the function. Whoops. Right. I actually didn't do anything with this. Error, mouse event for left, release undefined value, stat growth, global.pc.hp rate, presumably is what's undefined here. No, wait a second. I'm getting outputs. Wait a second. Why did this crash? Error in action number 1. Undefined value. No, this is working. 0, 1, or 2. So I'm getting 0, 1s, and 2s returned continuously. This should be a 2, right? No, HP rate is 3. So yeah, we're not seeing 3s. Right, because a 3 would have to truly be a 3. And there's like infinite numbers. So it's like an infinitesimally small chance of rolling a 3. What are the actual floats? This is the thing. Okay, these are like 2 decimal floats. So in that case, the odds of rolling the 3 I mean, this should just not be like inclusive. Wait, did this just not work? Wait, why didn't I do this before? Random is a thing. Why did I do range? Okay, it still crashes. That's not of consequence. Yeah, so this is inclusive. So a rate of 3 being fed to this is 0, 1, 2, and 3. So what we want to do, rate minus 1. Then we add 1. Because we don't want a 0. A 0 should be a 1. This should be from 1 to 3. Yeah, looks good to me. So let's kill the while loop for testing. Suppress the air check. I'm not gonna... change the combat code yet, but we're gonna make a note. Why is this not iRandom? Presumably I just missed this function and never found it when I was searching up how to do random numbers, but this is better. All right, this returns the rate value for the rate. Nothing else matters. It would be good to have feedback on the screen to tell us what happened, for sure. All right, but before we do that, okay, it works. What's a good way? How do we want to do feedback to the player, right? Do we want to like have a scrolling text log that you can refer back to, or just throw it up on screen temporarily or until the next thing is clicked? Let me think about this. Let me look at my game screen again. Like I could just put like a message. Yeah, okay. We'll just do it that way. This is the easiest way I can think of to just implement a basic thing here. So, title stuff. Global.ranch message. Just an empty string. Then we do the ranch layout. We draw text somewhere, which is just this global dot branch message. This should be somewhere probably in the middle. Oops. Missed a closing parenthesis. Nothing is currently in the middle. Let's put it just kind of in line with the name tag, maybe. One 35. So okay, but the spaces from the front of each bit of text, so that's not super useful. We just call it 500. And then, yeah, we'll add this in here. Global.ranch message. Hmm. Let's do this. Initialize an integer. Then when we do the training, training raised plus function value plus training raised HP 2. Yeah, that should be fine. Okay, and that should be replaced. No, it's. Oh, right, because HP is the only one that changes. Okay, this updates for whatever the previous day's messaging was. Perfect. Map all this to the other mouse button as well. Okay, so this should show us feedback for every training action. HP +1, damage +4, defense +3, accuracy +1, evasion 1, evasion 2, accuracy 2, evasion 2. Day is ticking up. Perfect. So time, randomized damage values are set. And then, yeah, we can see our stats are updated there. Cool. We need to initialize our RNG as well because I don't think we do this anywhere. Is it? Okay, both work. Apparently. Probably knows I'm on this side of the pond and picks the Z over the S. But it does work with both. So we also have age, we have stress. I'm going to put these in here. Placeholder number on stress because I don't have my stress mechanics finalized. I never. Age initializes at 390. And then on the ranch screen, we never modularized this. We could just do this. Count the age in days. Take this, we divide this into months. Into years. Um, right? If you're 16 months old, this would be 16 minus 12 for 4 remaining months. Yeah. Keep this syntax consistent here. String of age 3. Like that. We're probably missing a closing parenthesis because I keep forgetting those. Oops. Age. Oh, I have a typo. Yeah, that's true. That'll happen. Age 1.08 year minus 0.08 months. True. Because I didn't round. One year, 0 months. Should be 1 year, 1 month. Because I initialized at 390. Global.age divided by 30. Let's just double check that this isn't me misremembering stuff, I guess. Age 390, correct. He is just a boy. So this should be 13. 13 divided by 12 floored is 1. This is correct. And then this. Oops. this is not 12 plus number of years. This is converting years back into months. There's the typo. Found it. 1 year, 1 month. It works. And then we train, and we train, and we train. I could click this 30 times to make sure it goes up, I suppose. He's so strong. $29, $30, 0 February. Wait. Why did it go 0 Feb? Okay, age did tick up. But why was there a 0th of February? Was there a 30th of January? Shit. They rest, but it's not implemented. Time B. Time B, global.date time minus time A times 30. So that probably... They probably did end at the 29th, didn't it? Shit, I need to actually see it again. Okay, hold on. We can do this better. Let's just... do this. Wait, what? Oh, because it was the other button. Shit. Yeah, it goes from 29 to 0. Okay. This is not a problem. In theory. While we're here on this function, yeah, okay. Okay, so if it's 1 month, this value is 30. And then this, if this is 30, this becomes 0, which is correct. So this should be 30. Wait. Okay, this is 0. And this is 1. Global.date time is initiated at 1. Once global.date time hits 30, we get 1 month has passed. This becomes 1. This becomes 30. This becomes 0. This is the observed behavior. Because this is 1, this becomes February. Yeah, so the problem is just one of like perception. Kind of we're telling you what day you were on versus what day just happened, essentially. Hey Biocraft, how's it going? We're just doing some game dev shit. We're trying to get a good way to track months and years and days. Yeah, because ultimately months since start. Should I just start at 0? Just start at 0, then add one for the day that's reported. Is that easier? Is that better? Because January 30th would then be day 29, since we start counting from 0. So then it would still be month 0, because 29 over 30 would not trigger the floor, right? None of this would happen. So this would be returning 29. I think that's better. We just do this. Time b plus 1. And then we initialize time at 0. Let's go back to the training thing. Okay, Biocraft, thanks for stopping by. Catch you later. We go back to the script. No, not the script. We go back to the buttons. Training button. Left click HP. We'll just increment this by 10. So now it takes 10 days to do one session of training for HP. January 11th, 10 days have passed. This, yeah, because this is like the start of the 11th day, right? We have trained for 10 days. We are now at the start of the 11th day. And then it puts us on February 1st. Okay. So I want to check one other thing real quick, make sure it makes sense to me. But it should be right. Yeah, we can get now to the 30th. Yeah, this is fine. This is correct. This is better. Okay. Set this back to 1 day per training session. Branch action. So if function equals rest, we do global.stress minus equals 10 if global.stress less than 0. Global.stress equals 0, because you can't have negative stress. So if you double rest, it should always just floor out at 0. And then we want some feedback, so we do global.ranch messages now. Should we actually... Yeah, let's make this not so generic. Let's do this. N equals 10. If we're at negative n equals, that's to go before this. $10 plus whatever the negative value is. So if we're at negative 10, this is 0. The only way you would be at negative 10 is if you're already at 0. That's correct. Global.ranch message. Stress reduced by plus string of n. Stress reduced by 0. Train HP. Rest. Stress reduced by 0. Is this not? This is incrementing correctly. To stress reduced by 0. Why is that still 0? Global.stress is 1. It goes to -9. N is set to 10. We're negative. 10 minus 9 becomes 1. Global stress is set to 0. Stress should be reduced by 1. I don't know why that doesn't work. Stress 11, we rest. Stress reduced by 0. Stress to 0. Wait, what? Something's wrong. It's being, I know what's going on. I know what's going on. It's the same reason I have these globals here. The action of clicking has time associated with it. So it's happening like 6 times over in that instant we click on it. I remember this issue now. So global.amresting set to 1. Shit. But this works because this is summoning a different button. This can't be an interior in this case. So if we put this here, okay, so we do amresting equals 0. And then we go here, we do this. If not amrest, global.amresting. Does that work? Wait. Okay. 1 rest. Stress reduced by 0. Stress is 0. Shit. Okay. I'll be right back. So yeah, this doesn't work because this is still happening every time the button is pressed. This actually happens every time every button is pressed, which is also not correct. Interesting comment here. This is creating multiple buttons and it sucks. Is this still a problem? Did I fix this ever? Is this creating multiple buttons? Maybe here. Need a flag variable to make only one. I feel like this has been fixed by this. I could see how this is going to go. It's just going to be me coming back and being like, keep asking myself if it was fixed. Um, how do I make this only happen once without it involving another button? This is a problem. This is annoying. I could do. Hold on. I want to do a science experiment here. I'm just curious. That just straight crashed. Oh, because I cleared out that. Let's just do this. August 8th. Yeah, see, this is the problem. We're triggering this thousands of times. Exactly. Exactly what I knew the problem was. Okay, so the main fix here would be to move this outside of this function, outside of this event. Problem is that only works once. All right, so we do this. So stress 1, we rest, stress reduced by 1 to 0. Okay, so we've confirmed all the other code works the way it should. It is now the 3rd of January. Wait, the 3rd of January? Hold on. No, 3rd is right. 3rd is right. Again, start of the 3rd. I don't know why that's so confusing to me, but it is. Okay, so here's my thought process. Like we do a step? No. How do I make this work? How do I make this work the way I want this to work? Fuck. Without it making it too complicated. Because I could add like a cooldown day thing. Hmm. Shit. Because like I could just make the screen like refresh every day. Every day is like a new screen instead of it being the same screen. Which might be something I want to do long term. I don't really want to go through the effort of implementing it here because I'm not sure it is something I want to do long term. What if we do something like this? If global.amResting equals 1, reset it to 0. Wait. That doesn't do anything because it's already dry. This is not a crate, this is a draw. What am I... Wait. Hold on. Does it just work? Wait. This might just work because that's being repeated anyway. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Holding it doesn't... Wait, this just works. Because the draw event is like every frame. Stress 2, rest, stress reduced by 2. Stress reduced by 0. Oh shit, okay. So the only question now is there a downside of this? Does this implementation introduce any problems? I don't think so. Because it just the value resets every frame, but there is a specific frame where it's clicked. And the button press always corresponds to a specific frame. Presumably. Unless maybe you time it perfectly. I would hope in the implementation a button press can't register on multiple frames. But I don't know if that's true. Forums are down for Game Maker. That's a bit shit. Okay, let's just make a comment. Does this lead to any potential issues resetting once per frame? Question mark. Resetting, not resting. I assume that the only logical implementation within the program would be an instantaneous signal that must inherently correspond to a single frame. Yeah, it will return true on the single game step, aka frame, that the mouse button is released on and false at all other times. It is inherently tied to a frame, which means this just works, and this implementation is good. So, great. Okay. Next thing to implement. Oh, actually, hold on. Ranch action, rest. Okay. So, schedules. Tournament here just puts us directly into the battle. This is going to be left alone. We're not going to implement the full tournament yet. Items. Visit town, visit mix masters, inspect ranch. I mean, it's done. Like, kind of. We could actually factor in discipline. Okay, let's implement maybe food. Um, why is there like a fucking storm warning thing? Okay, so let's do. Let's implement these as PC. Distress and discipline and age. Because these should be tied to the specific creature. I don't know why I deleted the entire word discipline, but I did. Age, stress, discipline. Let's implement metabolism. We're going to give him a metabolism of 7. Hunger. How do we... Okay, let's just initialize this at 0 and then worry about how we make this work. Let's put a comment. I think if we just did it like a percentage effectively, then when it hits 100 you have to feed. So then this idea with metabolism would be typical days between feedings. Diets. Carnivore. Oh shit, I'm missing commas. There we go. Four two four three one. Just make these somewhat balanced. Essentially 16 points. This is 15. Sure. Okay. So maybe there's another script here that's needed then. Passage of time. Input a number. So we'll need to take this into account. Hunger gain. So if it's 7 for 100, then we just do, I guess, 100 divided by 7. Gold up, PC to hunger plus equals hunger gain. Let's do this. Days, comma, modifier. Okay. $100 must fade. I need a good for loop. Where do I have one here? Lots of ifs running around. Hmm. This is the syntax I needed to remind myself of. For I from 0, incrementing I, well, I is less than J's, question mark. So this allows us for multi-day passage of time, which we're not going to use currently. This is just future-proofing. So 1 day, no modifiers, 0 and 1. 1 comma 0. We gain hunger based on metabolism. Hunger increments. And then if we'll let up PC to hunger greater than 0. Have I not implemented? Oh, no, it's not. Yeah, there we go. Feed them. Global.pc dot diets. Carnivore. And then eventually we'll implement like a proper like resource inventory of food types. It's just a simplified version of that. Set hunger to 0%. If function is rest. Let's change this slightly. Hunger gain times modifier. And then let's default this to 1. Then training is double hunger rate. Let's do 1.5 times. This might have to be ahead of this. I'm curious to see if this works. I just want to know if the functions have to be in order. Error draw event, global variable name age index not set before reading. Yes, I didn't fix this. Clear. Abort. Because these are no longer globals. Okay. Crashes. Error. Mouse event variable unknown object dot age not set before reading it. Global dot age. Oh, okay, yes. This is PC dot age. Stress. Yep. How did I not immediately notice it? Because it's literally the next line. Like, why did I not immediately click on that? Okay, stress one. We rest. This crashes. Stress not set before reading it. Clear. Boards. Because I didn't update any of this either. Oh my god. Wait, what? Global dot stress minus equal to 10. Oh, that's the rest effect itself. Wait. Oh, because I'm on right release. God damn it. Left release. Yada, yada, yada. Okay. There's some stuff going on here. It's not quite, you know. But the important thing is the ordering of the functions doesn't seem to matter. Passage of time. Oops. That's why that was happening. Okay. It's not always showing the feed message. Perfect. Is the age incrementing? 1 year 2, 1 year 3, perfect. Age is incrementing, stress is incrementing, stress is decrementing, getting capped. Bullion is decrementing when we feed. Okay, we need hunger on screen. Let me look at this again. Stress age. Maybe we just put it in the next row. All right. Execution error. Why do we hate this? What am I missing? I'm missing theoretically one of these, but I don't think it's necessary. Oh, this has to be a string. Because this is a numeric, an integer. Well, it'll be a float. Hunger 0%, we train. Hunger 21.4. Okay. And we rest 35. %, 0%. Interesting. You got an ad for voluntary deportations. Fascinating. I'm not surprised, but it is the first time I've heard of that. Okay, so let's do, I think, some sort of truncation on this. So every time we adjust hunger in our function, let's just integer it. Plus equals, I guess we just do this. This should work. And 64. %, hunger, 42%, 63, 84, 0. Right, wait. Yeah, this doesn't. We did feed him, it just didn't display the message. 49, 63, 77, 91, 0, and rest, feeding our dinosaur meat. Okay. So that is not displayed. Why? That's because this is updated here under the passage of time. And when we perform a training action, we don't even do the passage of time because I did not add it here. Yeah? Yeah. I just haven't done that yet. Wait. How does that work? Hold on. I think I put it under ranch actions. Did I put it under ranch actions? No. Wait, what? Hold on. Stress 1, hunger 21%. 2nd of January. That's all correct. Where did I implement this? Oh, I implemented under stat growth. But the message is displayed here. Right, this is overwriting the message. Okay. The fix is simply that this has to go before. Let's test it before we fix everything like that. Training raise HP 0. That shouldn't happen. That shouldn't be 0. Welcome back. Hunger 63. 84. 0. Training HP. Training raise HP 2. You fed your dinosaur. Great. Now, I am not tired. I stay up all night. HP 3. I'm just... Why did we get a 0? Was I seeing that correctly? Okay. Okay. Should we just put this in the function? Probably. Jobs tomorrow? What do you mean jobs tomorrow? Like, do I have a job tomorrow? No. It'd be good if I did. Okay, so training raised function value. Ah, because I don't have funcs defined. Global.range var. I could do this. Let's not do this. Because I can use this for other things. This is already... No, 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 no. This is already set up to be specifically like training. Does pineapple belong on pizza? Do whatever makes you happy on your pizza. Pizzas exist to make you happy. So that's your decision. I don't enjoy pineapple on my pizza, but I think it's weird to make it a culture war thing. I will tell you this much, you should put some hot honey on that pizza. Training raise, function value, by number. Then we go to passage of time. The ranch message is implemented differently. It is stored, and then it is updated. But yeah, how is this ever 0? Did I just missee that? Was it actually a 0? Because if the rate value is a 3, this becomes 0 through 2, and then is +1 up to 1 to 3. Rate val plus equals 1. Global.ranch var becomes rate val. Surely this is correct. Why would this not be? Okay, I'm just going to believe I didn't see it. Doritos on pizza? Eh. Do whatever you want. That's not for me. So we just do this. Stat growth funks. Oops. What is, dude, I told you, how am I supposed to pick my least favorite? That's an insane question to ask a person. That's crazy. Training raised HP 3. Training raised HP 3. Training raised HP 1. 3. Hunger caps out, goes to 0. Training raised HP 1. You fed your dinosaur meat. 21%, 35%, 49, 63, 77, 91, 0. Well, don't ask questions if you're going to leave before you get the answer. Okay. Just test these other ones, make sure they're working. Yeah, raise defense by 1. You fed your dinosaur for 50 billion. We should move this message over. It's too far to the side. Let's try 335. That's a little extreme. 435. Yeah, that's not bad. There's a decent gaps there. Okay, so we have randomized stat gains based upon inherent attributes of the dinosaur. We have a very crude system of feeding implemented. We have a basic implementation of stress. Age increments correctly, dates increment correctly, hunger. We need to implement hunger and age onto the battle. Except the battle itself, when it ends, doesn't go anywhere, right? Oh, we're bleeding out. We're going to lose. We died. All right, see you later. Yeah, let's just send us back here. So, why don't we do... That would be the victory screen. Draw text. Start battle. What? On the victory screen? Oh, yeah, because these are the final numbers. Wait, but this is just text. Draw self? Room go to battle. Go to ranch, start battle. $35,150. Yeah. I don't know why these are positioned differently. Where does that button come from, though? Create, draw. Oh, it's because it exists. It exists here, right? Yeah. Um. Why are these? I don't remember how I mess with this. Okay, no wait, that does work. Two battles start. Two ranch. Why is this? Yeah, this one I can't interact with. Wait, what? This is missing. Why is that sidebar missing? Oh, it's because it's on the background, not the instances. Got it. Weird that it remembers that, apparently. Okay. Implement these the same. 10. 10, okay. Tournament. Start the battle. I don't care. Spam kick. Oh my god, we're winning by just spamming kick. Is kick just goated because it's cheap? Oh, now we're bleeding out. Now we're gonna die. Kill him! He's only got 11 left. No, 2! We won! Okay, go to ranch. And then start battle. Go to ranch. Okay. Cool. It's still the first day because time doesn't increment yet. Now, why was there not text? Draw text, go to ranch, draw text, start battle. Um, Hold on. I'm just going to do this. No, the bleed. The bleed. We died. Go to ranch. Oh, yep, that works. So why does this one work and this one doesn't have the text? A layering issue? Probably. But why is that a problem? Why is that a thing? Why? Why? There's no layering assigned here. This is like the same syntax. The only difference is not a create. Why does that matter? So this makes me believe it's in... But if it's the buttons, depth 15. This has no depth. Wait a second. But this works. This one has text. Weird. It's got to be something specifically here. Position scale, frame, image speed. Edit object? What's different? Unless it's something with the object itself. I'm not seeing it. Draw set color global with times. This shouldn't matter. Weird. We can probably just do this. Okay, I mean, it works. All right, let's not worry about why it didn't work initially, or why the text didn't show up initially, because this fix just fixes it. So, status handler, where do we end the battle? It's probably handled under attack resolution. Resolve attack. Room go to victory. Yeah. So then we just want to do the same passage of time. They're double aging currently. Stress, passage of time. Increment age, hunger. Hunger modifier. Days. Dietary. Yeah. So, double hunger for that. Um, wait, how is this implemented? Global.n.stress. What? Why does it not? Is it? Why does that not recognize stress? I am deeply confused. I don't know why this doesn't find that. It doesn't even matter. I'm just confused by. Range priority. Name. Is this double defined somewhere, maybe? Yeah, it must be. Shit. Interesting that it's. If that's the case. Okay, let's not worry about it for now. Let's make a note. Because the syntax is probably not likely to last. Hmm. It is strange, though. Well, anyway, what we want to do is we want to do this. We want this to be conditional. If player HP is below 0, big stress. If it is, well, okay, wait, let's do it like this way. 10 stress if you're knocked out. Hmm. We don't really have like a condition for victory, but what it should be is if current divided by this is less than, actually, wait, we should probably do it like this. Dot max, yes. That way it's recording what it was from the start of the battle, not the raw stat, which could be changed. Max HP. So if player HP divided by the max is less than the enemy's same quantity, then you lost the fight. So that's also stress loss. So you take 10 for losing, 10 if you're knocked out. And no stress if you win. If a fight is like up to maybe like 8 battles in a tournament, that'd be like 80 stress. If it's supposed to cap at like 100, that's kind of a lot. Maybe 5 per. I think so. All right, let's do. Okay, stress to 1. Go to a tournament. We start a battle. Let's just let ourselves get knocked out, actually. I mean, we don't even have to try. We've got double status effects set up on us. Bleeding and broken bone. Okay. So we lost stress 11. That's correct. Rest, stress goes to 1. So if you are. Let's make the stress Reduction 25. And then let's make training stress 5. So you train for 5 days, rest for 1. Stress 25. Fed the dinosaur. Rest the dinosaur. Stress resets to 0. Reduced by 25. Stress 30. Stress reduced by 25 to 5. Okay. All right. Ten per knockout. Eh. So if it's 8 rounds, values increment by 5. Let's just do 1 if you win. $500 for a victory as well. If somehow it's an exact tie. More stress, half the money. Sure. This is not the ideal place to implement any of this, but whatever. We're going to lose really badly, too. Particularly badly. Stress 25. 4th of January. I believe we did train like 3 times. Hunger 91%. Okay. Well, Global Dart Ranch message should be reset to be nothing. All right, I think we're going to end there for this stream. 3 hours is about right, I think, for the amount of time I want to dedicate to this weekly. So this is going to be weekly going forward on Thursdays. At least that is the current plan. So yeah, we'll probably start sooner in the future, like 7 to 10 versus like